Divisibility. In this video, we're going to talk about divisibility. If I took the number 18 and ask you what all the factors of 18 are, how would you get those to me? You would probably take 18 and then find which number it could be divided by, and that is exactly what testing for divisibility is. We have 18, so divide 18 by 2. 18 divided by 2 will be 9. Then we write 9 left of the 18. If instead the number we're testing was an odd number, so like 19, 19 divided by 2 will be 9.5, and then we round it down to 9, then write 9 the left of the 19. Alright, for now let's just forget this and let's continue with 18. And now what are we going to do is fill up all the numbers from 1 to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These numbers are all your potential factors of 18. And now we're going to test them one by one to see which ones are factors and which ones are not. I know it's a little bit of a praxis, but this is one way to do it. Now let's work our way from left to right, starting with 1. Can 18 be divided by 1? Yep, 18 divided by 1 equals to 18. So this means 18 is divisible by 1 and by 18 itself. Moving along, can 18 be divided by 2? Yep, 18 divided by 2 will be equal to 9. So again, this also means that 18 is divisible by 9 and 2. Next up, we have 3. Can 18 be divided by 3? Yep, 18 divided by 3 will be equal to 6. So again, 18 is divisible by 3 and 6. Next up, we have a 4. Can 18 be divided by 4? Nope. So, see ya. How about 5? Can 18 be divided by 5? No as well. So, that's not a factor either. Finally, we're left with 7 and 8. And 18 be divided by 7? Nope. And how about 8? No as well. And with that, so 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. All our numbers are either circled or crossed out. Well, now our test is finished. All the factors of 18 are the circled numbers, and that is how to do the test for divisibility. You can imagine how long does it take for big numbers, right? Let's learn some of the tricks that we use to say whether or not a number is divisible by 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. There are a lot more divisibility rules than we're going to cover here, but these are the ones that you're going to use most commonly. We're going to look at a big number like 15, 12 and learn how to predict if it's divisible by 2 all the way up to 10. You will find some of these a bit more obvious than others, but they're all pretty useful, so let's try our best and start at 2. This one is pretty easy. All the even numbers are divisible by 2. Then your number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. So 15, 12 here is an even number and it ends with a 2, so it's divisible by 2. Now how do we know if 15, 12 is divisible by 3 or not? So easy. Try to remember this pattern because you will be using it a lot, especially when simplifying fractions and numbers divisible by 3. When the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, the number is divisible by 3. So if we split our numbers apart and then take the 1 and the 5 and the 1 and the last 2 and then add them all up together, that will be equal to 9. Now, is 9 divisible by 3? Yeah, it is. So since 9 is divisible by 3, that means our original number is also divisible by 3. Let's move on to 4. Now, how do we know if our number is divisible by 4? If the last two digits creates a number that is divisible by 4, the original number is divisible by 4 too. So our last two digits here are 1 and 2 that creates the number 12. Is 12 divisible by 4? Yes, it is. So immediately know that 15, 12 is also divisible by 4. Alright, moving on. Let's go for 5. How do we know if the number is divisible by 5? If the last digit is either 5 or 0, then the number is divisible by 5. And since our number ends with the digit 2, this is a no-go. Moving on, let's look at 6 here. This one's also pretty easy. A number is divisible by 6 if it's also divisible by 2 and 3. We already established that 15, 12 is divisible by 2 and 3. So by default, it is also divisible by 6. Alright, let's go for 7. This one is very long, and to be honest, I don't think I would ever actually do it unless I was very bored or something. Anyway, let's go through it. A number is divisible by 7 if you multiply the last digit with 2 and subtract it from the rest of the original number. Alright, what does that even mean? Let's take a look at our number here. Our last digit is 2. If we multiply 2 by 2, we will have a 4. And now we're going to subtract that 4 from the rest of the number. The rest of the number is 151 minus 4 will be equal to 147. Now, if 147 is divisible by 7, then we know that 1512 is also divisible by 7. But here's the interesting part. I don't actually know if the 147 is divisible by 7. Because in order to figure that out, I need to do a long division. So, we can do the pattern again. The last digit is 7. We multiply the last digit with 2. 7 times 2 will be equal to 14. And the rest of our number is 14. 14 minus 14 will be equal to 0. And since we ended up with 0, that also means that 1512 is divisible by 7. Let's go for 8. Now this one is a bit similar to what we did for number 4. If the last 3 digits of a number creates a number that is divisible by 8, it means that the original number is divisible by 8 too. How do we know if the 512 is divisible by 8 or not? We gotta do the division. So 512 divided by 8 will give us our remainder is 0, so 512 is divisible by 8. If the last 3 digits creates a number that is divisible by 8, that means the original number is divisible by 8 too. Let's go for 9. And this one is similar to 3. We know our number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits is also divisible by 9. So again, if we split our number apart and then add 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 2, it will be equal to 9. And is 9 divisible by 9? Yes, of course. So we also know that 1512 is also divisible by 9. Let's go for the last one. This one is an easy one. How do you know if a number is divisible by 10? Well, if it ends in a 0, it's divisible by 10. This is that easy. So 1512 ends with 2, so it's not divisible by 10. And there we have it. 1512 is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you know 9 patterns to tell if a big number is divisible by 2 all the way through 10. So these are just some of the divisibility rules. There are many more, but hopefully these ones will help you be quicker. So these are just some of the divisibility rules. There are many more, but hopefully these ones will help you be quicker when you're trying to figure out whatever a large number like this example are divisible by some of these smaller numbers like 2 through 10.